Noboa, heir to a banana industry fortune, faces rising crime with little political support and a shortened term in office. Quito, Ecuador. Night had already fallen and all shops were closed on Shyris Boulevard, the main street in heart of Quito, Ecuador. But part of street was still packed last Sunday as supporters of Daniel Noboa gathered in the stands outside La Carolina Park to celebrate his victory over leftist Luisa Gonzalez in 2023 presidential race. This is a victory for the youngest. Maria Paz, 25, told Al Jazeera as she joined revelers on the street. Noboa, 35, is poised to become Ecuador's youngest elected president and has appealed to the country's relatively young voters during his campaign. About a quarter of voters are between the ages of 18 and 29. But Noboa faces an uphill battle as he prepares to take over Ecuador's presidential palace, the Palacio de Carondelet. Faced with a shortened term of 18 months, Noboa has little time and little political support to solve some of Ecuador's most pressing problems. And the risks are high. Ecuador's economy is still not recovering from impact of COVID-19 epidemic. And crime rate is rapidly increasing, driving population into fear. But voters like Paz are optimistic. When he heard results on election night, he ran down the street carrying a life-size cardboard cutout of President-elect. I am just waiting for things to come and for organized crime to leave my country, she said. So many problems. So little time. The circumstances of Noboa's election are historic. In May, facing the threat of possible impeachment, current President Guillermo Lasso invoked a never-before-used constitutional mechanism known as muerte cruzada, or two-way death. This allowed him to dissolve the National Assembly at the expense of ending his own presidency. Lasso had 90 days to call a new election. The two-way death also limited the length of time Lasso's successor could remain in office. Normally, a full presidential term is 4 years. But under two-way death, Lasso's successor will only be able to serve out the remainder of his term, namely 18 months. This means Ecuadorians will go to the polls once again in May 2025. Just a year and a half after Noboa was sworn in. The shortness of this mandate puts pressure on Noboa to act and act quickly. To some extent, it should improve public health, support the poorest sectors and provide higher education opportunities, Santiago Basabe, director of the Ecuadorian Political Science Association, told Al Jazeera. Other than that, I don't think you can do much more in the meantime. Governing with a fragmented parliament. According Basabe, Noboa became the first head of state to come power without the approval of an official political party since 1979. Noboa, the heir to one of Ecuador's richest families who made their fortune from banana exports, is a relative newcomer to national politics. He first elected to National Assembly in 2021 and was in the middle of his